channel, y'all. So if you follow me on TikTok, you would have seen when I posted, like, it was like a life dump, and as my caption I was just like, it wasn't venting, y'all, but I just wanted to get off my chest how I've been feeling, because I really didn't even know, like, I didn't know when I was gonna film this video, when I was gonna have a chance, or like even if I even felt like doing the video. But I know I really wanted to do the video, and I had told you I was gonna do the video, so I really wanted to just sit down and talk about my relationship with God. But I did not know when I'd be able to do that. I didn't know if I had the motivation or anything, but I've been praying on it. And after my post last night on TikTok, I might put it right here so y'all can see it, just in case y'all don't follow me. I really wanted to express what I've been going through for the past week or so, like past 2 weeks or so. Before, like, when school started, I did write down some topics that I wanted to cover in this video. And like, as far as my relationship with God and how it came about and things like that. So growing up, it was always me, my mom, my dad, and my 4 siblings, and we used to go to church every Sunday. I remember the church, like the visualization of it, y'all. Like, it was a real small, intimate church, and then like they'll be playing the music over here, up here singing, in the little corner. Like, it was so cute. And then at the front, like, they'll be playing the drums, and I used to love it. Like, it was real small, and that was a highlight of my childhood, actually. And we used to always go to McDonald's after each service, and that was around the time that they used to sell McDonald's breakfast all day long. So like, I used to always get a sausage biscuit. Like, that was, I don't know, I used to love it. But yeah, my parents really instilled in me that God is our Savior, God is our Father, and to believe in Him, to know Him, and to grow closer to Him. And they enrolled me in the First Baptist Church that I used to go to after school. My sister went there as well. I can't remember whether one of my brothers went there or not, but I know me and my sister used to go there together sometimes, like after school. And there I met my mentor, Mrs. Cindy. She was a big part of my life as well. And I think I attended First Baptist from 1st grade all the way up to 4th grade because I moved in 5th grade. So I stopped going to the church because they didn't offer it at my new school. Like, they didn't offer that program. So even after I moved, my Miss Cindy was still connecting with me outside of the church, and like, was making sure I was straight. And we used to, like, even as I got older, like, she would come get me and we'll go eat and we'll have Bible study, and that played a really big role in my life as well. And she even taught me the songs, like, of the First and New Testament. I never forget it. Like, I remember the keys and all. Like, I love it. Even after then, like, you know what's right, you know what's wrong. Like, I knew that I have to trust God. He is my Savior. He's the one I should believe in. Like, He is the only God. And it's like, I knew that. But to actually know Him, I can't really say that I knew Him then. Like, I knew right from wrong. I knew right from wrong. Like, I knew what would be pleasing and what would not. So when we had moved, we had stopped going to the church, and we would go to our friend's church every once in a while, but we hadn't actually became a part of another church. And then in 8th grade, we moved away. Me and my mom moved away. And then I came back my freshman year, and we never actually found another church to call home. So like, we would just work on our relationship with God, like, from home, praising Him from home. If I could talk about a time that was the worst for me and I actually began turning to God and putting Him at the center of my life, would be when I was a junior in high school. I'm saying it like it was so long ago, y'all. I'm 18. But I was a junior, and it was my 2nd semester, and I was going through a hard breakup. And it was actually pretty hard for me. Like, my mom played a big role in my healing. God was the center of it all. Like, without God and my mom, I don't know where I would have been. Like, it was so bad, y'all. I don't know. It felt like the end of the world for me. She would talk to me. She would remind me that it's not the end. Like, you may be going through what you're going through now, but that's just the start of something great. I started turning to God. I started reading the Bible more. and praying more. Like, that was a big part of me. Like, I pray before I eat, I pray when I wake up. Sometimes I won't remember. That's how I knew that my relationship with God wasn't the best as it could be. I don't think I can ever get to that point where it's the best, because I'm always working to be closer to God. So it's never, for him to be so perfect, it's never a stopping point for where you can go. I was just working to be better. I was praying more, and I would turn to him more. And that was like the start of my, like, what actually showed me, especially when I was trying to put somebody as the center of my happiness in my life and wasn't even happy within myself, because trusting God, like, at that time I did not know, like, if I could talk to my old self right now, I would tell her, girl, calm down. Trying to love someone when you didn't even have a good relationship with God, like, you can't expect no other relationship to prosper. And the main relationship that's in your life, the main relationship that should matter the most, wasn't even the most important in your life. So that was definitely a problem for me. So after the end, I was healing. I was going through my little stages, y'all. The more I started turning to God, the happier I got. Even through those hard days, I knew that in the long run it would get better, and that God had something better for me in the future. And so, like, having faith literally played a big role in my healing. Fast forward, like, to my senior year, I think, me and my mom started going back to church. We found a little church, and it was close to when I got ready to come to college. But we became a part of another church. It was a great church. I loved the pastor. I loved the way he taught. And I love the way he preached, I'm sorry. It was a problem for me because I would get sleepy in lecture. Like, I went through it my whole life, but I didn't actually get a grip of it until my senior year and being in church, like, when I would get sleepy in the middle of the service. And I hated that. Like, I wanted to be awake. I wanted to understand the word. I wanted to actually be able to understand it and apply it to my life. And I would get sleepy and I would doze and I would just feel so bad. And yeah, my relationship with God had got better. I was writing, I was journaling, I was finding ways to praise God. And even if I didn't go to church, if we would miss Sundays, I was trying to find a way to connect with God every chance I got. Like, I got to college and my friend Ken had started a Bible study group. And that was a great way. Like, I was staying up. We would converse. We would reflect on the word that he taught that day. And I didn't fall asleep at all. And then I remember in the first Bible study session, we taught, and I was talking about how I would fall asleep during services and how I felt bad about it. And I didn't know how to, better it so that God won't think that I'm not trying. I found out that maybe I just like smaller group. I just like smaller groups, conversations, and just reflecting on the topic and like talking about how can I apply it to my life and different stuff like that. And so I realized that it was never the word, it was never God, it was never nothing that was making me bored or anything like that. It was just I have trouble staying awake in long lectures, like classes. I fall asleep, but of course it's important because it's school, but like, it really hit different when you falling asleep in church, and like that was more important to me. So like, when I was thinking about school, like, dang, you fall asleep in class, okay, everybody do that. But when you fall asleep in church, when you're supposed to be listening to the word, I don't know, it just hit different. So I knew I had to change that. Bible study played a really big role. We had it every Wednesday at 6 p.m. We're still having it, y'all, but it's on Mondays now at 6. Played a big role in how my relationship with God has improved as well. And I've learned to turn to God and come to him more, and I find ways to praise him, bring glory to him, and just by being a nice person. My favorite tattoo is This one, y'all, is Proverbs 31:25. And it reads, she is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. And I like when I first saw that, I'm like, that's perfect. All of them, I try to have meanings to it, and if it's not meaningful for my family, it's towards God, and most of them are, or relates to like life improving and getting better. But life can improve or get better without God, so all of it relates. But I've really been working on that a lot lately. Sometimes I have independent Bible study. At the beginning of my Bible, let me show y'all. My Bible, Miss Cindy gave me this Bible as well. And it's the NLT version. NLT is just easier for our generation to understand. Like the King James version, they be so hard to understand, y'all. I don't know. If I actually take the time to read it and understand it, I can, but the NLT version just breaks it down for us in ways that we need. But at the beginning of my Bible, I have a bunch of different emotions and feelings that I can always turn to if I'm going through depression, or I'm sad, I'm happy, I need some strength. And it don't matter, like they have stuff up here about breakups, God protection, stuff like that, like fear, different stuff, y'all, if you need forgiveness. And then it gives us Bible scriptures that relate us back to the topic that could help us get through whatever we're going through. And I just love that so much. Fast forward to now, I was really doing well, y'all. When school started back, I had two winter courses, guys. I had 2 winter courses, and so when my actual spring courses started, it overlapped, so I would get behind in some classes because I was working on some other ones, but it never missed I never like didn't do about a deadline, but I would get behind and I would just feel so pressured, like no, not pressure, but overwhelmed, and also still like trying to enjoy my first week back to school and everything. And so I was slacking a little bit. I had just started this channel and I was just trying to balance a lot. And it wasn't hard, but it was like I'm working, I'm having all these classes, and I'm still trying to spend time with my mama and see my friends when I'm at school and everything. So it was kind of hard, and it's very hard to focus when I'm at school. I had got behind on my work. The past few weeks, I just been going through it kind of because I really, I don't know. I just felt so confused. It's like, okay, I know what I want. I know how I want to get it, but it was just, I felt so confused in life, and I had to, sometimes I would just distance myself from people or just stop talking to people. I don't know. Like, I was just going through a hard time because it had got to the point where I, like, you know how you want to be by yourself, but you don't really want to be by yourself. Your mind just got you think you want to be by yourself, so you still be with people anyway. But this time, I really, really needed to be by myself, and I didn't know like why I felt so overwhelmed, because it's like it was a good balance of everything. Like, I'm not working too much, and then I work early, so when I get off, I still have time to have a life and still have time to do my work. But it had got pretty bad, guys. But I was just going through a tough time within myself, and instead of trying to, still be around people, still try to talk to people, I just wanted to distance myself. I didn't want to be around people because if I'm in a bad mood, I don't want my mood bringing you down. I also know that me distancing myself, it wasn't normal, so it was like, it still kind of bothered them because they was like, dang, where Carla, or why Carla ain't around, or why she acting like that and stuff. I didn't want them to, like, at the time, like, in my head, it didn't matter to me. And then a few minutes later, I just, like, it would kick in, like, dang, they probably actually worried. I didn't want them to be upset with me about the way I was feeling because I really cannot control it. More so try to talk to me and understand what I'm going through. Like, that's what I mainly wanted, because I don't like, it was really me. It was really the battles I was fighting within myself. So I didn't want nobody mad at me. Talking to my mama, having conversations with her, it just made me feel so much better because she understands me in a way nobody does. Like, anybody on earth, like, she's the only one that can understand me. God knows before I even think it myself, but she's the only one that I can vent to and she know what I'm going through. Without her, I would not have gotten through most of the things that I've been through, like, at all. I just been trying to come to God more, or trust him. And I usually like reading my own Bible. I never had the Bible app until I downloaded it recently because at the beginning of the year I was fasting, and me, Nah, and Kenya had the app, and we would like send each other stuff and share quotes and share different stuff. And so that's when I had it. But I like the physical copy. I'm a writer, y'all. I like the book. I don't like reading it on my phone like that, like stuff like that. But I wouldn't take the time to pick up my Bible a lot. It's easier for me to connect with God because it's right here in my hand. So I've been on the Bible app a lot lately. I get my quote of the day every day at 7:09, and then I get a prayer at 7 every day. And I always read it. I always take that time out of my day, even if that's the only time that I can sit down and talk to God or listen or just be in that moment with him. I just try to take that, like, it matters a lot. And like every time I read the quotes, I try to apply it to my life. Like, it'll ask questions like, how can you be more like God today? And then I actually sit there and think, like, what can I do? Can I be nicer? Like, can I help somebody and stuff like that? Like, I just try to apply it to my life. I want to live more like God, and I pray for things like being able to see people through God's eyes, and like being at work and everything. It be a lot of stuff be challenging, y'all. It just be so, like, for example, sometimes some customers will put the money, like, I'll be reaching out my hand and they will put the money on the counter instead of putting it in my hand. And to me, that's very rude. And like, it just irks a different nerve in my body. And it's, it be so bad, y'all. I don't know. And it really makes me mad. And some people be like, well, put it back on the counter. And I'm like, but it's just not in me. Like, stuff like that, people can treat you badly. People can treat you however they want to treat you. But it's your reaction that matters the most. Like, God will show them. God will show them. But at that time, in that moment, the only thing I try to be is respectful back to you, because some people be needing that. And you never know. Like, even if you hurt me, I promise, like, you still not gonna get a bad side out of me. Like, I don't know. God is within me, and I want people to see that. I have been getting back up lately. Well, after posting that last night, it made a big difference because I felt I wasn't in it alone. And just getting that off my chest, like, I'm a writer. I'm not like, sitting here right now, it's hard for me to share my experiences with the world or talk about the way I'm feeling. It's like, this is for everyone. Like, I don't know, it's crazy. I've been doing better. I've been working on more ways to connect with God, try to pray as much as I can. We went to this Young and Dangerous conversation at a church. Like, our school connects with A&T and the other colleges. Went to a conversation Tuesday night, and it was really good, y'all. I took some notes. Within it. I don't know. I'll type up the notes and I'll put it up there so y'all can see what I gathered from the meeting. And it was really good. And that was my first time going. We had been talking about going with my friends, but we never went. And we went, and it was so great. I'm definitely going back every Tuesday. A note that I wanted to actually, like, put as the overall point of my video that I got from the conversation would be, all you need is a mustard seed of faith. I don't go to church much because, well, I haven't, we've been a few times since I've been in college, but I work every Sunday, so I haven't been able to go. But I got somebody to cover my shift for Sunday, so I will be there. And I can't wait to show y'all that because I'm going to vlog. I'm going to be vlogging. So y'all see all that. I'm so excited. That's my story, guys. I really hope that I help, or like if somebody is going through a tough time, I hope that this gives you a little hope to always have faith and always trust God and never give up. I think my whole lesson within this, like for myself and for anyone who's watching, that in order to find your true self, you have to go through God. God is our steps in order to find ourselves, because we can't be truly happy. Well, me, okay, I'm gonna speak for myself. Like, I can't be truly happy if I don't know God. If I'm not working on my relationship with God, I can't expect other parts of my life to prosper if I'm slacking from God or slipping away from his arm. I'm going to bring y'all along this journey with me of discovering my true self. Yours truly. Hey y'all, like I'm human. I didn't think that I was gonna be able to do this video. I just needed to talk, I just needed to pray, and I needed to go to sleep. And I woke up and I filmed this video today, y'all. It's been a great day. I got off work early. I thank you all so much. If you got to the end of this video, I'm so thankful for you. Everybody has their own different relationship with God. So mine's might look different than yours, or yours might look different than mine. Like, God works at everyone at his own pace, and my story is not gonna be the same as everybody's. And I just want to be able to show that God is there through it all. And as I'm becoming myself, like as my life is improving, my relationship with God is right in front of that and behind it. Like King always saying, Bible study, he always related back to the Lion King, when Mufasa was behind Simba, and that's God behind us no matter what we go through. Depression, anything. Depression, anxiety, procrastination, anything that's holding you back from becoming your true self. And God got you through all that. So I'm really thankful that I was able to share this video with y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me along this journey of discovering God and discovering my true self. Bye guys. See y'all in the next video. Yours truly, Carla.
But I'll be on it always, always.